Hey, what's up, guys? It's WiseGuyVito here, and today I have an tier list video for you guys. We're going to go over the airstrike stratagems against Terminids. So, this will be just my opinion on the effectiveness of them, the consistency, and the power of these particular stratagems, and whether or not they're good, and we'll do it in a tier list format. If you would, like, share, and subscribe, share with your friends, share with your neighbors, share with other Helldivers, so that they can also be informed through this Ministry of Truth video, I guess. Before we get into the tier list, let's go over the tiers real quick. S tier is, for the most part, it's a pretty consistent stratagem. Not only is it consistent, meaning that it lands on the target for the most part, but it also is powerful. It's able to take down like those big, tankier bugs, or it's really good at handling crowd control. A tier it's still powerful. It may have some consistency issues, but for the most part, it's still an above average stratagem. B tier, it's an average. It may be lacking in power or consistency, but for the most part, it's an okay stratagem. C tier it has very niche uses. If not, it has very bad consistency issues. The power might be there, but it's really lacking on the consistency side of things. And then D tier it is a dumpster fire. It's really not that great. It's a dookie strat. So let's get straight into it. Napalm strike is definitely going to be in S tier against Terminids. It's fantastic for crowd control. It's fantastic for area of denial. So you see a patrol coming up on you, or even a bug breach that just spawned in. You throw a napalm on it. It handles it very well. That you can literally just light an entire area on fire, and everything that comes out of it is just dying, right? Especially like the little itty bitty bugs, brood commanders, hive guardians, the little gray bugs as well. Those type of enemy types, it does really well against. It's not really good against chargers or battle titans, but it's a fantastic stratagem just for ad clear, and it does that effectively. Like sometimes, especially in bug breach situations, whenever you throw a napalm strike on top of a bug breach, you'll get 25, 30 kills because it's just there. And since fire is being constantly buffed with each patch that comes out, or stratagem or ship modules that give it more power and more damage and stuff, because not only is the impact doing damage, but it's the fire that leaves behind as well that's also doing damage. It's doing dot damage or damage over time damage. It's just overall just a great stratagem. You get 3 uses out of it if you upgrade the ship modules all the way. It's a fantastic stratagem. On the opposite end of the spectrum, though, the smoke one is very bad. I understand that you can use it to break line of sight and stuff like that. I'm not a stealth guy. I'm just not. I think stealth is just dying in Helldivers. Every single patch that comes out, they seem to be nerfing stealth with the amount of patrols that happen. It's just not a good stratagem against Terminids. I understand that it breaks line of sight, and it gives you some sort of breathing room or whatever, right? But in my book, if you want breathing room, just bring something that has a destructive force behind it so that you can kill the thing that's in front of you, or kill the things that are in front of you. That's why I still think that smoke has got to have some sort of a more clear identity to it, other than just kind of like this very niche use of stealth. It's not really great on Terminids. I find that smoke is probably better on automatons than anything else, because that's where breaking line of sight actually kind of matters. But as far as Terminids go, I feel like it's just a waste of a stratagem slot currently. I might get hate for that, but for the most part, smoke doesn't really have identity in Helldivers. It just doesn't. And neither do I think Helldivers was supposed to be played as stealth. I think it's supposed to be played as a team. You go in, you mess up a bunch of things with destructive stratagems, and you really don't stealth in this game. Unless they change that into the future. As of right now, smoke is, in my opinion, worthless. It's not that great. The Hell Pods are also kind of bad. You have moments where you one-shot chargers and you do a lot of damage to Bile Titans, but the consistency of the rockets actually landing is so bad that it's going into C tier. it needs a consistency buff. If it got the consistency buff, and if all 3 rockets landed, or most of the time they landed, it would be an A tier or an S tier stratagem, and it just isn't. It's just not there, right? I believe you get 3 uses of it. It still doesn't matter. It's still a really, really bad stratagem. It's supposed to aim for the biggest thing because you would think that, you know, it would actually hit the biggest thing, but most of the time it doesn't. So until it gets that buff to it, you know, or that fix, it's not going to be a good stratagem. The cluster bombs are still S tier. They've been S tier since day one. With ship modules, you get 5 uses of the Eagle Cluster Strike. They're very, very good for eye clear. What's left to say on them, right? They handle the small bugs, they handle the brood commanders, they handle the hive guardians, they handle the nursing spewers and the bile spewers. They handle all of those enemy types very, very well. There's some times where they kill bile titans for whatever reason. I guess it's because like the bile titan is weak, probably. But other than that, you know, it's a fantastic one. Use it. Very much a fantastic eye clear stratagem. The Strafing Eagle, I think it's mid for the most part. It's very, very niche in certain situations. You have to line up your enemies. So it takes some positioning. But I've seen this thing do work as far as eye clear goes. I think it does actually pretty good, you know, like a pretty decent job at eye clear. But again, it requires some positioning on your end. I believe you get like 3 to 4 uses out of it, you know, so you get a decent amount of uses out of it. You know, as long as your ship modules are upgraded and such. And, you know, I think it's fine. I think that the Eagle Cluster clearly outclasses this. It's an early unlock, so maybe you're supposed to use it early on until you get the Eagle Clusters or like the Napalms and stuff. But for the time being, you know, it's an okay stratagem. Yeah. Eagle Airstrike. This is just like the normal Airstrike. I think it's S tier. Closes bug holes up. It's a fantastic guy clear, and it can take down Bile Titans and Chargers too with a well placed one, and if the gods align, if the Bile Titans and if the Chargers kind of, you know, play nice and will let you land an airstrike on them, right? I think it's fantastic. You get multiple uses out of it. It feels great to use. And finally, we'll go over the 500 kg. I think the 500 kg is a. I've been thinking about putting it in S tier, but the problem is that. Is it great at eye clear? Not really, because the explosion radius isn't really that big on it. It just isn't, right? You get 2 uses out of it. It's mainly just like a boss clear, right? It's mainly good for Bile Titans, and that is it, right? Bile Titan spawns, or if you get like, you know, like 1 or 2 Bile Titans on you, you get them in a stomp animation, throw the 500 kg down, and then you just run away from it and then watch them die, right? It kills a full health Bile Titan. You know, it's just really good against Bile Titans. It's not really good against Chargers because Chargers tend to move out of the way too quickly for it, right? You know, might as well use something else against the Charger. You know, more of like the support stratagem side of things, recoilless, the eats, so like the anti tank, you know, expendable anti tank rifles and shit, right? Or missile launchers, or rocket launchers, or whatever. But, you know, 500 kg, it's mainly just for boss clear for the most part, right? Again, 2 uses, and it can take down a full health Bile Titan. It's good in that regard. What do you guys think of my tier list? Comment down below what you guys think. Tell me where I'm wrong. Tell me where I'm right. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.